consultancy for multi-million-dollar stock fraud.
What are you doing?
I'm doing it all. You guys have no idea how to run a company.
What's happening, man? I created this entire market. You said they were the best engineers in the world.
I said they're the best engineers in Canada.
Another car ride home movie review, this time for Blackberry. I didn't know anything about this movie. My buddy Darth Easy had mentioned it to me last week. And then I saw a trailer for it. I don't even remember where. And then it just popped up. It was at my one showing at my movie theater. So I was like, it's destiny. Let's go watch this sucker. And it has a really high Rotten Tomato score. And so I went in thinking, this might be kind of cool. And I was kind of blown away. It's actually really good. It's basically just follows the story of the two guys who founded RIM, I think it was, or I forget what the company is that owns Blackberry, or that created the Blackberry. But basically it follows them and how they create the Blackberry, how they rise to almost 50% market share in the smartphone market, and then when the iPhone comes out, it all comes crashing down. So it jumps in time. It starts like in the early 90s, and there's a lot of cool 90s references in this movie. And then it goes all the way up to like 2012 to where they finally lose all their market share and become nothing again. Jay Baruchel, who I really like, is the main star of this movie. He plays the kind of eccentric genius tech guy, and then he's got his best friend who's a little weird, and they start the company, and then they get this kind of business guy who's an asshole to come in and help them talk to the right people. They're geniuses, but they need the right person to try and get them in the door. And then it kind of follows those three characters pretty much. I will say, I enjoyed it. I found the story fascinating. Didn't know anything about this, and when you get into the Apple stuff, it is kind of funny because it's just like Blackberry wasn't the only ones who were like, this iPhone is going to be nothing. It's stupid. Blah blah blah. It is like I enjoyed this movie more than the multiple Steve Jobs movies we have gotten in the past. I just wish we could get a good Steve Jobs or Apple type movie in this format. But I will say we didn't get enough. I wanted some more backstory on the two main characters, the two best friends, because there's some conflict that happens and some things that happen, and I feel like I would have understood it more if we had got a little bit more backstory. Maybe started a little bit earlier than where we start this movie off, because it kind of just jumps right into it. But it's acted well, it's an interesting story, and it's, I don't know, it's my kind of movie. You learn about something, you're entertained. It kind of reminded me of like Air earlier this year, or Tetris, although Tetris was a little bit more extravagant in its story. I feel like this was probably pretty grounded in reality. They open it by saying this is based on a true story. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I get why it has such a high Rotten Tomato score. I really did enjoy it. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Go see Blackberry. I know nobody even knows this movie exists, but maybe when it comes out on streaming, check this one out for sure. It's a pretty dang interesting story. Until next time, peace out.